For today's Cyber CEO episode,
I don't want to seem like, I'm getting paid for this. It's just, I am very happy with my Cyberbacker. I would get a second one when needed, or I'll make her full-time where I need it. But just my breathing time, my time to, come up for air now, I have that time. Because there has yet been a task that I told her to do and it hasn't been done. I have yet to ask her to do something a second time.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Sandra, how are you doing today?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, Sandra?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
All right. Now, we're very excited to have you again. We really appreciate you being here because I know you have a lot of things to do. So really appreciate you being on the show. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with...
Sure.
What's your role in
Absolutely.
business, Sandra?
So my name is Sandra A. I am an agent here with 𝗙𝗲𝗶𝗹𝗃 Hudson Valley United, New York, and happy to be here.
Sure. Now, how long have you been in the real estate business?
I am going on my fifth year.
Fifth year.
Yep. So 4 years.
All right. Now, how about working with someone virtual, just like what you're doing with your Cyberbacker? Is this your first time to do it?
This is my first time. So to be honest, I was completely against it. I had heard horrible reviews, not with Cyberbacker, just the virtual assistant, that became more common after and during COVID. But I just wanted nothing to do with it until, I happened to have a conversation with a coworker and she sold me on it.
There we go. And how long have you been working with Cyberbacker now?
I think we're on our 4th month and I couldn't be happier.
So 4 months into the partnership with Cyberbacker, you already mentioned that a coworker talked to you about Cyberbacker. So what did she tell you about Cyberbacker?
So it was at an office meeting. I should have had an assistant 2 years into my career because I was just, but you try to do it all and you think you can do it all. Year number 2, I know I needed the leverage. But again, I thought I could still handle it and manage it. And I did, but it was at a cost. It was at a cost of me, my personal time, my family time, my breathing time. So towards the fall of this year, we were at a meeting and I knew for the past year, I've been thinking and saying it, but I wasn't putting it into effect. And I wasn't really looking. I was considering getting a part-time assistant to be in my office. Because I had heard it just wasn't working out for a lot of my coworkers. Tested virtual assistants for whatever reason, it just wasn't working out for them. So I was talking to a coworker. She was sitting right next to me, and I said, "Listen, I have to get an assistant." And actually, no, she was telling me about her assistant. And I said, "How did you get your assistant, and how is it working out?" And she said, "Oh, it's through Cyberbacker." And I said, "Is that virtual?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, with a face like, "How do you like it? I've been hearing, really bad things about a virtual assistant." And she said, "I love it." I'm like, "What?" I wasn't waiting for that answer. "I'm really happy. This is what, so-and-so does for me. And this is our leverage." And so pretty much everything that she told me that this person did, and this was for a team. So she did this, all her tasks for a team, and I just needed it for one person. So I said, "Oh my God, everything you're naming is exactly what I need." So she said, "Listen, I'm going to send you their contact." And I think either that day or the next day, I got a hold of you guys.
There we go. Now, how about with your experience now with Cyberbacker? Are you happy with your Cyberbacker? How's the experience going?
So I don't know. So I can't really say Cyberbacker, but, with the company itself, but I will discuss on that too. So one thing about Cyberbackers, I do love the feedback. Clearly there's a process that's been mastered, but I've spoken probably with 50 different people, so it's like, you want to join Cyberbacking? Do you want to know more about it? Somebody called me, somebody followed up, somebody did an interview. So there's a process to this that there's never like a loophole or never like I feel like my questions aren't answered. There's always a follow-up. So the whole system itself, it's mastered, But my personal Cyberbacker, I don't know if I just happened to choose the right one. My Cyberbacker's name is Angel. So there is a process, like where you interview, and the second I met her and I knew she was it, and I just prayed that it would be the right person. But, she just continues to surprise me more and more. And, I'm very grateful for Angel. She just, what she's done is not just, in the work field, but just giving me my sanity back, and then just giving me things that are important. It's not just about the business. Clearly, 75% of it may be, but just my breathing time, my time to, come up for air now. I have that time.
Here we go. And now that's the perfect thing, because again, good thing you have your Cyberbacker helping you with those. Now, talking more about Angel then, what are the tasks that you leverage off to her every day?
Okay. So the initial tasks were because, I'm in real estate, the phone doesn't stop ringing, right? And the emails don't stop coming, aside from the texts and everything else. So it's a lot because I do happen to have a lot of rentals. And so there's emails, hundreds per day, hundreds. So if I just took my time to come into the office and start answering them, it eats up 2 or 3 hours of my day. And that could be doing other things with that. So what Angel does is she answers all my emails. She does all my online advertising. So there are things that I love doing. I'm a people person. I want to be with my clients. I want to be able to speak to them. I want to be out on the field. I don't like promoting myself. I don't like being on Facebook. I don't like being on TikTok and I had to get somebody that can please. So there were a lot of things that I wanted to do. So there's only so much that I want to do, but only so much time that I get to complete those tasks, right? So if I am successful, but nobody knows about it, what good does it do? So I have a gentleman that does all my signs, and his sign says, "A business without a sign, it's a sign of no business." And I think that's like amazing. So my signs are all over the place, and that's how people I know I'm successful, but not everybody's driving around looking for my signs, right? Especially in this world with technology, everything is online. And I am still fairly young, and I do try to keep up, but I don't have the time to constantly say, oh, I did this and I'm doing this. And so I already had in plan what I wanted done, whether it was with Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or all these other sources, where people are constantly, it's Zillow, Trulia. So I said, Angel, take over. It's all yours. I told her, guidance for a little bit. And, now I just shadow. She pretty much knows what to do, how to do it. She always checks back. So everything that, gets approved by me first, but the whole process of making it, I don't have to waste time in that. So all I do is actually now I go back and I said, what am I doing, Angel? Because she has full control. So anything, so advertising, huge weight off my shoulders. Not just that, command, so Keller Williams, we have to use command for everything, whether it's advertised. It's huge. I just use it to get paid. I just used it to create my transaction, whatever I'm working on, and then eventually to get paid. So now it's no longer that. I gave her, full access to my command. So she control of my command, and that's where my pipeline. So it doesn't matter how many calls I get a day or how many emails or texts. If they're not in my pipeline, they don't exist. So she has her day. I told her Cyberbacker asked me from 1 to 10, what's the list, what in priority. So she already knows that she's, the second she starts her day, she's going to answer because my clients need to be answered. So if they messaged me last night, I need a response right away. So she is in charge of answering all my texts, my emails, my, pretty much everything. And then she moves on to, the next task which may be, adding everything in command. Anytime I have a closing, I just, forward her, the closing that I had, and she's in charge of marketing that closing, making sure everyone is aware that I closed, making sure that, people know what transactions I'm going under contract, if I have something that's coming soon. So she also does have a hold of my, we use MLS here. So she knows what listings I have. She knows how to promote them. She knows what I have. So I told her what I wanted, and, she makes sure she completes every task. And not just that, end of day, she gives me a report of everything she's done from the second she clocked in and clocked out. So the things that I ask her to do on a daily basis get done. But of course, not everything is perfect. I have things, while I'm on the road, I send them to her and she makes that a priority. So she does that first and then everything else. So you as, the business owner can definitely, you have a trail of everything that your cyberbacker is doing, sure. And you can change that at any given time. You can tweak it. You can say, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? But, I don't want to seem like, I'm getting paid for this. Like, it's just, I am very happy with my cyberbacker. I would get a second one when needed, or I'll make her full-time where I need it. But to me has just, I see it already, just being able to say happy birthday to one of my clients. I don't have the time. I don't even know where their birthday is. So that was my one to-dos with, with my smart plans. I need you to do this. So now I'm getting responses on things that I'm not even doing, but thank you. You remember my birthday. And I'm like, you know what? That's working. Or thank you. You remember when I closed on my home. Those are little things, but where it's going to come in effect next year, when I give them another email. And so these are all little things that I wanted to do, but just wanting for 2 years is not doing me any good. So now it's pretty much, in effect.
Go. Those small things really matter in any kind of business, because of course, in real estate, I think one of the most important things to have is the relationship with your clients, past or previous, even the current ones too.
Right.
Now, it seems like she already has a lot on her plate right now, and she's handling a lot for you in the business. So what I'm curious to know about is, how did this become a successful partnership between the both of you? Because you and I can both agree this doesn't start out like this right away. So what did you do to have a successful partnership with someone who's virtual?
So I already had a plan on what I wanted. So I was already implementing it. I had somebody a family member helping me. So I already had a plan. So what I did is, the interview process is huge. Like, you have to know what you're looking for to put it into effect. So when I interviewed, the young ladies, she stood out because she already had experience with Keller Williams. So to me, I don't have time to train her. And she's already coming to me with the knowledge. So instead of looking at that as a competition, well, she's already working with another agent. It wasn't that. It was somebody already did the work for me. Somebody already trained her. So she is coming to me already trained. So I said, all right, so all we're going to do is put my name and then, we're just going to tweak it into my business, but she's already KW trained. She knew command. She knew. So perfect, so 35% of the way she already knew. So I just pretty much put in effect what I wanted, how I wanted it, and she does it, So I tell her how to implement it, and it's just following direction. Also, you have to allow your cyberbacker to give you. So it's not just what I want. I know that in marketing, I tell her, Angel, what do you suggest? What can I be doing?
Yeah.
And then she puts her 2 cents in, and then we come into an agreement, please do. So I always leave, cracked window for her to guide me, and she's younger than me, so I'm like, what's everybody doing? So I definitely leave that, and I must say another thing that I do love, whenever I ask her to do something, it's always, with pleasure. Absolutely. I'll get it done. Let me help you. She's always there to tell me, remind me that she's there. And it definitely took me, I have to allow her, I no longer have to do everything myself. I have to delegate. And I've been a work in process, myself.
So proper planning and delegating to your cyberbacker then. Now, we've been talking about her for a while now, and for sure she's going to be able to watch and listen to this once we have this online. So we'd like to know, what do you like most? What's the one thing that you love most about Angel, your cyberbacker?
Efficiency. Because there has yet been a task that I told her to do and it hasn't been done. And in real estate, that's very, it's very important. If, for example, she has her tasks and I sent her something, I have yet to have, Sandra, I didn't get to do it today, because it's very important. If it's a listing agreement and I need it done today and I need signatures today, I have yet to ask her to do something a second time.
Now, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Sandra, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
No problem. Thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.